Hey, in this image, I'm going to show you how to change the color of an object. And then I'm also going to teach you how to do a gradient, just so that you know how to do it. So the first thing that I'm going to do is duplicate my background layer, which I already did. I did Command J on my keyboard, Control if you're on a PC. The other way that you can do it is, of course, to drag it down into this little box, which is add a new layer. So I could just drag it down, release it, and then I created a third layer, which I don't need, so I'm going to delete it. Now, what I'm going to do is I'm going to change the color of her umbrella. So I am going to click on the middle adjustment layer here, and then I'm going to go to solid color. And I'm going to pick maybe a pink color. Maybe around there. It's kind of similar to what I already have, which is fine. So you'll notice here that I can't see anything, and it's because the blending mode is on normal. If I scroll down, I'm going to be able to change my blending mode, which is going to change the entire photograph. But what I want to go to is color. So I'm going to click on color. Now I'm going to click on my white layer mask. And if the layer mask is white, it means that the adjustment, which is the color fill, is going to be revealed. If I invert it, Command I, it's going to be concealed. Okay, so now it's black, so it's hidden. I'm going to scroll right in, and I'm going to do quite a quick job on this. Normally you'd have to spend more time. I'm going to click on B for brush, or you could go over here and click on brush. I like to use the shortcuts for the keyboard. And now I'm basically going to paint over this in with a white brush. Okay. And so now I'm making the umbrella pink. Okay. So if I want it to go faster, I can just bring the flow right up, which I will do right now. The color is not going to grab onto the white part, like the top part of the umbrella, as much as the bottom. And it's not doing that because the umbrella is lighter, and that's where the sun is hitting it. Okay, but the bottom part seems to be working better. Now, again, this is a fast job. It's not looking great. And there are other ways of doing it, but this is a beginner tutorial, and we're learning how to mask in and mask out. So that's why we're not using the other techniques, okay, the other selection tools. All right, so there we go. And I'm going to get rid of it, and then I'm going to turn it back on, get rid of it, so you can see the on and off. If you find that it's too much, which it probably is, and you can see the other color bleeding through a bit, that just means that you need to go through it a little bit more. If I make a mistake, there you go, there's a mistake. All I have to do is change the color to black, and now I'm going to correct the mistake. Okay, and I can see that there's some issues right here. I'm just going to check my masking, make sure that that pink color is not bleeding through to the black background. Okay, so here's the before and after. If I want the color reduced, all I have to do is reduce the opacity of it. Now, for fun, I'm going to add a second color, and it's also to teach you a little bit about clipping masks and gradients. So I'm going to click on the adjustment fill again, go on up to solid color, and now I'm going to pick, let's go with a blue. That color might change after, we're going to see. Okay, so here we have the pink and the blue. You can't see the pink anymore because that blue layer is right on top of it, and it has a white layer mask, which is reveal. Okay, if I click on the eye, you're going to see everything below it. Now, if I click here and I change my blending mode, I'm going to be able to do the same thing that I did before. I'm going to go right on down to color and choose color. Now the whole image is blue. It all has a blue tone to it. But now I want to have it on the umbrella again. But I've already spent the time masking the umbrella, even if it was a bad job. So I don't want to do that again. So But right here, I can see that the umbrella is already masked, and we can see that it's masked because it's white on this color fill layer. All I need to do, I don't need to do it again. I need to click on the blue layer, the blue color fill layer, and I'm going to go on down and I'm going to click on create clipping mask. And now all of a sudden it's blue, and I can see some of the little errors here, which is fine. I can obviously go back and adjust that. I'm going to bring my opacity down a bit, actually to about there. Now, if I want to do a gradient, meaning, so again, you can see the blue, the pink is hidden now. But if I want to have a gradient, like a transition or an ombre effect going from the blue to the pink, all I have to do is to click on that layer mask. Now I'm going to come on over here and click on gradient fill. My gradient fill is going to go from black to white. Okay, and I'm doing the opacity at 100. Black is conceal, and then white is reveal. And I'm just going to draw a line. And now we have black to white. Okay, actually what I'm going to do, sorry, I was on this mode, the angle gradient, but I want to be on the linear. So I'm going to click a linear. So now we can see the more gentle transition going from the pink to the blue. I can change the direction of it so that it goes from pink to blue this way, or I can go up. All right. And now again, if I thought that the blue was too much, all I have to do is to reduce that opacity. And I can change the opacity of the pink as well. So again, there's lots of stuff that you can do with coloring, and I've made this very, very obvious so that you can learn from it. Generally, you could be very subtle in your color toning and your color changes, your hue, saturation changes, and your gradients. But again, for the purpose of this video, I wanted to show you how you would do this, and in order to show you, it has to be a little bit dramatic.